Peace and blessings, everybody. It is your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Nappy Red and Kirk the Jerk, and we are Awareness Academy 411, here with the 411 to give you some awareness about different things going on in the world, give our 2 cents, our jewels, and what applies, you will let it apply, and if it don't, let it fly. This is for educational purposes only. So if you try this at home, it's on you, okay? So yeah. How you doing, guys? How's
What's
it
up? What's
Peace,
going?
up?
peace, peace,
How you
peace.
doing? How you doing?
Peace.
Peace out, buddy.
Yeah, so we got to start off with the sound off. Red, take it away.
Today's sound off, we're gonna talk about. Matter of fact, when I put this out, I'm still getting hits on all social media about this one. Parents that got stepkids. A lot of people say they don't call them stepkids because it's part of the family. But can you love your stepchild just like your biological kids and everything? So a lot of people put a lot of different sayings in it. A lot of people said they look at their kids as they stepkids as their kids for one. So I agree with that. I even had step kids that I look out for and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's part of the family, and plus they look up to you to step up. Because if they don't have a father or mother in that in the in their life, they look for other people. So you know what I'm saying. So salute to everybody that comment on that, and for Wendy and Kurt, what y'all think about that? Can you love your stepkids just like your biological
Well,
kids?
step kids meaning from either a very long-term relationship or marriage, right? Like you've been in this
It-
child's
it-
life for more than I
more
want to
than
say
more than five
more.
years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If
Yeah,
if the if I've if a child's been in my life for more than 5 years and I've been a part of their growth, and and more importantly, it's also their
yeah,
attitude that matters too. Because if
yeah,
they're just straight resisting and being disrespectful, then you know, mm, so
yeah.
you better talk to your mama or something. But nah, like I don't think it's necessarily that hard to have that bond with another child, especially if you're taking care of them. You know what I mean? Like you looking out, they become a part of your life, you become a
Yeah,
part of theirs. You know what I mean? And kids need a village at the end of the day.
That's
yeah. That's
true.
true.
You
And
know,
my opinion on this, I'm already experiencing that. I already got a bonus son, and he's an awesome dude. You know, he does his thing, and I've been in his life for at least 8 9 years already. So we
Okay.
have we have a some. I won't jump the gun and say a complete father and son relationship, but it's definitely it's definitely in that ballpark though. And he's a great kid, and yeah, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You know, and I love strong men. You know, these are strong men right here. So for me, it's okay. I'm doing it right now. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the people out there that's tuning in now, I like to hear your comments too. I want to
yeah,
know.
absolutely. If y'all have anything to say,
Yeah.
please do.
If y'all
Also,
got.
everybody, please like, share, comment, subscribe to our
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Check us out on iHeartRadio. What is it? iTunes as well. We on there.
Yeah, we
The
on Apple too. We on
Yeah,
Apple,
Apple. Yeah,
and and
Apple, and
and and people be patient with us because we don't have enough videos on there yet. Only because it's a new platform for those social media platforms. So we're about to fill it up. We got a big inventory on YouTube channel, and you're gonna be able to hear all that stuff because it's gonna be converted into audio. So y'all can be walking down the street, going to work, doing what you got to do, and you can just be listening to us.
word, word. Yeah, join us. So
Come
I want
on,
to,
Doris.
in a similar vein of just talking about family. Um, I want to ask y'all what y'all think about how the baby boomer generation, you know, they had it harder with their parents. Like their parents were very strict. They was going through shit, and then they put their kids through the shit. But then it's almost like this attitude of, well, I went through it, so you can go through it, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like
Hmm.
imposing similar traumas onto your child that you didn't like, but you feel like because you endured it, they can endure it too. So I feel like that's definitely a no no.
Mhm.
Like, but I also get it too, because when people are in their trauma, they don't, because they haven't learned how to love themselves enough to not feel this resentment, or this anguish, or uh I would even say like they're just disturbed in some way. Then if you're not loving yourself out of that, then it's hard for you to see that that person has those same feelings and needs love too. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
that's why the saying goes, you can never truly love someone until you love yourself first. So what y'all think about older generations, you know passing or treating their kids how they went through, they got treated.
I don't
Well,
believe in that. I
okay.
believe in being better. No, you got it, Red.
I I believe I believe that teaching the old way is the best way because like I look at I look at these people now, like these people teaching their kids, and they're not teaching their kids right. They teaching their kids selfish. To me, my opinion, they teaching them selfish. Like me, I taught my daughter how I got taught, and she's doing well out there and everything. So it's just like my thing is this. I think the old way is a little better because a lot of people give their kids a lot of leeway right now, a whole lot, and I see it in the schools. Like when I talk to these kids, and I'll be like, "Do you talk to your mother like that? Do you do that?" Yeah, I do, and I'm like, "Huh?" Like back in the days, if I even utter a word at my mother, I got slapped or
Stop talking
something,
about it.
or something got thrown at me. But these kids is like they talk back to grown-ups, and that was a no-no in my era. We couldn't
I
talk back. I
mean,
don't. Go
in
ahead.
some cases, no, I'm saying in some cases, like my daughter, she was just naturally scared of me. So I didn't have to hit her
Mhm.
or throw anything out. It was just a look.
Exactly. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, you
But
give this look, and it's just like they
but
get quiet.
but
You know?
these kids is you can give them the look. You can even hit them, and they go right back doing the same shit. And
That's
I'll be
true.
looking at you.
That's true.
But also, I think it's the food too. I think what they put into the food made these kids
The
a little
food has
monster.
changed a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
It's
it's bad.
yeah. It's a lot of things. Not getting off your subject, but it's a lot of things that goes into the kids today. Like the like I
Even
was
the
just looking.
overwhelming of technology and information.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That too, because I asked these kids. Like a lot of kids in the school system, they don't know their heritage, like where they come from. They don't
Hmm.
know. Like I say, the immigrants, they know their, and that's why I like the immigrants a little bit because they teach them their culture.
Yeah.
They don't play that. They
We,
they
They're
they
still they're
protect
yeah,
it.
still connected
yeah,
to their culture and
yeah,
community. More
yeah, and
importantly,
we
their community.
exactly, and that's
Yeah.
why they move further than black and brown people because they sit there and be like, okay, look, you can be Americanized and all that,
Hmm.
but this is
Mm.
where you come from. This is step by step where everything it is, and they keep that with them. With us as black people, what's our culture?
Our
That's
Like
true.
culture, I mean, and people might get mad at me when I say this, our culture has been uh engineered to be toxic.
hmm
And
hmm
right now, that's what our culture is. It's toxicity. And people want to say, oh, how are you gonna say, like, I've seen people argue about this before. And if you think about it, one, they have us completely disembarred, where our money is going everywhere but within our community.
that's a
Right?
fact.
That's one
hmm
level. Second level is our value systems. You know what I mean? Like, just how we feel about ourselves. Like, there's so much programming that goes into the black mind that restricts it or limits it in some way, right? Then you
hmm
have the chase for money, cars, drugs,
Yeah.
promiscuity, you know, and this is all toxic behaviors that would this, and more so I would say toxic influences, and these
Yeah,
influences are hitting the 85% in such a way that they think that this is what life is because they don't step outside of that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like this, look at the music alone. Like the music has changed drastically since the 80s in terms
Yeah,
of
hell yeah.
the I don't want to, besides consistency of course, but the just the wholeness in it, the soul, the message, the you know, you know what I mean?
It, it, it just like I was just explaining to somebody that like from 1980s you had the Bill Cosbys, you had the college, we had unity, and just like you said with the music, we had
Mhm,
we had conscious music, we had
mhm.
gangster music, we had sex music, we
Neo
had all of
soul,
them.
all of that.
Yes. So now, if you look at this generation, it's only one type of music.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
no real variety anymore, no.
No, no, no. We don't have because we had backpack rappers, we had house music people, we had punk rock, we had all of that. We had hardcore rap where people used to go to Latin quarters, listen to what Big Daddy Kane, Coogee rap. He's talks about everything from sex to drug selling to everything. So
Mhm.
we had music that we can listen to. Even Grand Poobah. Grand Poobah's song first came out was Cracked Out. And that's when the crack epidemic was real
Yeah, it was
bad that
crazy.
time.
Well,
And yeah, go ahead.
not now I'm saying I thank God for Afro beats because
Yeah.
Afro beats is coming from that's African music, and their music has way more of a what's the I don't know why the word is like right on the tip of my tongue and it's not coming out, but and I say it all the time about music, even my own music, but there's message to it. There's still a purity in the music where there's speaking about loving someone in other ways other than bang bang boogie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me
Yeah.
Bang
slap
bang
your
boogie
cheeks.
bang bang booga booga
You know
booga
what I
booga.
mean? Like it's actually and their music structure is insane. Like the way they compose their records, like if you're a true artist or a true person that's really into music and you just pay attention to how a song is composed,
Yeah,
with the
it's
intro
different.
aspect, the bridges and the
Hmm.
choruses and the hooks, all these different elements that build a record. And
Yeah.
I love listening to Afro beats. Like you'll never catch the radio on, me on any station. Sorry, Hot 97, y'all trash now. Uh
Nah, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
they
I
used to be
listen
the
to
shit. I listened to
I
them a little
listen to
bit,
the
not much though.
I listen to the block 94.7, I
Oh
think
yeah,
it
I
you
is
don't
the
have
listen to
block.
the
yeah,
radio at
yo, but
all. I
No,
stay
no,
on
listen,
Pandora. Like that's it.
listen. The block, it plays all the
What is
80s
it?
and the
94
90s
what?
music. 94.7.
All
The
right, I'm gonna
block.
try to remember that next time I get in the car.
It got Ed Lover on it. It got Miss Jones on it. It got the
Oh, okay.
people.
Got the old heads. All right, the
Yeah,
OGs.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Even God bless the dead. Mr. C was on there, and Mr. C went like if you listen to his lunchtime remix back in the 90s, like man, listen, like
Nah,
I
I'm
listened
good.
to that. I listened to that, and then I think on Sunday morning they play like Afro, the stuff you was talking about, and
Hmm.
gospel music
And
and
oh,
everything.
Afro House too. Oh my
Yeah.
God, Afro House, Afro Beats, and then I'll be on my lo-fi because me personally, sometimes I just don't like hearing words. I just want to hear a beat. I just want to hear instrumentals and
Yeah.
vibe. Like I'm the type when it's raining outside and I'm driving in the rain, I put jazz on. Put some since I stay on Pandora, I put on my John
Mhm.
Coltrane radio and I let it rock.
See. My thing is this: I'm a hard hip hop fan. Like I was around when it started, so
Oh,
like
of course.
my thing is this: the Force MDs, like Cold Crush, Jimmy
Shout out to
Spicer,
the Force MDs.
yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to TV.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
like all of them, Pee Wee Herman, like I can get into that music, but I'm also gangster with it too. Like NWA first came out, I went to
Oh,
the Staten
the
Island
only
Mall.
rap music I listen to, I should say rap hip hop, is 90s and
Yeah.
early 2000s. Like
No. I like some of the new stuff that's out that what I'm saying, they talking they stuff and everything.
Kendrick
But
and what's
see,
his name?
see, see, I'm an underground hip
I
hop.
wish
Like
more underground artists would come up for real.
but
Like,
I love some drill music too. I like
ah,
drill music because drill music is the same thing like the gangster music from the 90s. Mobb Deep, Wu Tang. If you listen to that, that's the same thing drill music is. And I tell people this all the time, and Meth said the same thing too. We had garbage in the 80s and the 90s and everything, just like we got garbage now. So you gotta, what I'm saying, pick your battles, put it that
yeah,
way.
true.
And,
I mean, but
and
Yeah.
ultimately, just the like I said, that part. Where am I? Can't like I'm totally drawing a blank with this term right now. Like it's killing me. I'm like it's right there. Watch it come out when we talking about something totally different, and my ADD is gonna finally find it and shit.
That's
But
okay.
how it works.
Okay, just like back in the days, no disrespect to the artists from the 80s, like Vanilla Ice, garbage. Like, come on now, get the fuck out of here. You
nah,
had
Vanilla
JJ.
Ice,
Baby was alright
Ice
though.
Baby, that was a
Look,
hit.
look,
Don't act like
no,
you wasn't doing the running man to that shit.
I never was a fan of that. But
Well, you
just
was
like
older than me, so you was a teenager
just
when that
like
was out.
just like JJ Fad. They like all of those people. I consider that hip hop pop. Like, cause it went from white and black people was like,
Nah, it's true.
um,
I would call
matter of
that
fact,
pop. It's hip hop.
yeah, Rob Bass. He was when that
Rob
came
Bass,
out.
yeah.
That was hard for black people, and then the white people was like, "Oh, this is catchy," so they do their catchy dance with it and everything. So it just like it just like we had crazy music
Of
that
course,
wasn't good
and
at
ultimately, like
all.
to bring it back around, full circles, like all these influences is what has greatly shaped the way our culture is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what it is now from what it was then. You know, outside. So besides the music, and what other things I could say that got our culture twisted? Oh, just needing materialistic things, being materialistic, not loving yourself, the standards of beauty, people thinking
That
that
is
you
true.
have
The
to look
standards of
this
beauty.
way in order to be, to look good, or, you know, the fight between men and black women, black men, so all these things took
So,
us away from our culture, our true culture, which
well,
is African
well,
culture.
yeah, I blame that on a little bit of Tyler Perry because all the Tyler Perry is you hate a black woman, you hate a black man, you hate a black woman, you hate a black man.
This
So,
goes back
so
a little further than him, though.
no, but I'm saying he the one. If you ask the young kids look at Tyler Perry and everything. So he got the alphabet people out there doing different stuff. So that's what these young kids see now. Now in my school, we got girls on girls and boys on girls, and
That's it.
that's a fad. That's a fad. Like they out there with it, and I'm like, hold on, wait a
Well,
minute.
Yeah.
I'll go as far as saying the food has, not even just the food,
Hmm. Hmm.
skin products, um,
All of that.
yeah, all that stuff
Yeah,
has played a
yeah,
part in throwing hormones off,
yeah. And
and then having all these different. Like I said, it's the overwhelming thing of information and technology, and having zero understanding of what your emotions are and how to work with your
exactly,
emotions, how to
exactly.
process your emotions, how to identify your emotions. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they're teaching, especially in the public school system, like they teach nothing that will help you with life skills. You know what I
Nothing
mean?
at
Like
all.
they took home ec
Nothing.
out, they took like
They
anything
took
that's
trade.
trades out. You know what I mean? Like they
They
took
took
out
all of
even the
that
STEM. Like this STEM is the closest thing that kids have right now to something that they can actually help them have problem solving skills. Everything else is just okay. I can
Yeah,
learn about
yeah.
American history when I get older. Like, what do I need to know about that as a kid? For what?
That's true.
Because their American history is not our history
No,
and
of course not.
everything.
Well,
So
that American history is written by the victors, so they're not gonna,
yeah, yeah,
talk about what they really did. That's why critical race theory is, banned in certain places. So, but ultimately, you know, when you were saying about the old way, I agree with some aspects of the old way, but when it gets to a point where you're inflicting some type of emotional abuse onto your kids because you endured emotional abuse, that's where for me it's like that's not fair to
Nah, it
to
ain't.
place on your kids. You know what I mean?
no,
I
yeah,
also
yeah,
feel like the
yeah.
boomers didn't respect their children either because they felt like, kids are supposed to be seen and not heard, or speak when you're spoken to. It's almost like
Yeah,
kids are put, the children were put at having no rights, having no say so. You know what I mean? Don't talk
exactly.
back to me,
Well, I believe in that because, like I said, if you ain't paying no bills, listen, stay in the corner. I don't even want to hear nothing, none of that bullshit that you talking about. Once you start
I,
paying bills, because just like hold on, my daughter, she began working in 11th grade, right? She came to us and was like, "Daddy, I want to work. I want to have my own money, such and such and such." And I'm like, "Okay, long as you keep the school work up, I'm good with it." She kept the
Mm.
school work up. We stayed on her. She, you know what I'm saying? She went left for a minute and then we got back to her and everything. Now it's like she thank us. Like she said, thank you for being hard on me because I could have 4 or 5 babies sitting on welfare, such and such and
Oh,
such and such
not
and
being
such.
hard. Listen, I don't disagree with being hard, but
Yeah.
it's a way to be hard. You know what I mean? Like you don't got to tell your kids they ain't shit and
Mm.
cursing
Nah,
them
none of
out,
that.
or
Nah,
or
nah,
if
nah,
they're
nah,
upset about something, you're not
nah.
gonna try to at least
Yeah.
listen to how they feel. You know what I mean? Like I grew up the way I grew up, I wasn't allowed to have feelings. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And if I did, my feelings were caused by the fact that I didn't listen to my mother. Because that's what she would say.
that's
You
real.
wouldn't feel that way if you listen to what I tell you to do. Like what? I,
Yeah, I think, but I think all mothers was like that because I was like that with my daughter. I always told her this. I said, when you get older and get your own house and everything, you're gonna come and thank me because I always tell her
my
the
mother says
school years.
exactly that. Like, oh, you should be
Yeah,
thanking me for what
yeah.
I did. Because look at where you are now. Like,
No,
hold
no,
up.
no, 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 no.
I
Not
have a daughter.
thanking me. I said you're gonna thank me for trying to rush to be grown up in your school years. I said
Yeah.
you're gonna
Okay.
come back and thank me and say, "Damn, Daddy, I should have listened to you. I should have enjoyed my school years growing up with no
Okay. Yeah.
bills and
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing."
Yeah.
And now she be like, "Damn, Daddy, I wish I was back then." Back then, I was
Yeah,
like,
I
I
didn't
was
get to
like, "See,
enjoy
I
being a
try to
kid
tell
because
you,
I wanted to make money and be a grown up. Listen, the
yeah,
one thing kids, I wish they should teach that in school. Um, just or just have it as a slogan, like adulthood is not what you think it is.
exactly,
Hell nah.
Don't rush
exactly.
it, okay?
A
Don't
'Cause,
hard
do not
pass. We
rush
can
it."
keep. Hell nah, man. I tell people. I
Look,
said it's crazy.
I
like,
wish I wish I could be back in high school right now.
what?
Man,
Yo,
listen.
yo,
Man,
when I
listen.
see these young kids now and the stuff that they're doing, and I know what I used to be able, what I was capable of doing, if I
Yeah.
can take 18-year-old, 17-year-old body me and put me into today's times with the things
Yeah.
that's available now and the technology and just all what? Oh man. Listen, we
Yeah,
had
like
beepers back when I was a teenager, man.
Yo,
exactly.
We
you
ain't
remember
had
that
no
shit?
no camera phones and
None of that.
video phones
None of
like
that. But
what?
but I think if we had the technology that they have right now, we'll be so amazing. Cause you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Cause I tell people this, and I was just talking to somebody about that. I said a lot of people said, like the little kids, like, what did you do when you was growing up? I said, we didn't have
like
look,
went outside. That's what we
yeah,
did.
yeah. I said we didn't have like y'all have. I said if we like I grew up in Park Hill, so we had centers, but if them centers wasn't open, we put a milk crate on a tree, an older OG, a nail that to the tree, and that was our basketball court and
Mm-hmm.
everything. I said we made stuff happen. We didn't sit around and wait for something to
Word.
happen. We
Or
made
find a broken Power Wheels and find a hill
something,
and ride that shit
something.
down the hill, or some old mattresses and jump on them.
Yeah, all that. All
Making
see,
bike ramps, going bike riding. Oh man, I used to love bike riding. Man. I used to fix my bikes too. I used to
exactly.
carry around a socket wrench in my back pocket. No, vice
Okay, look, I tell you this: how many people listening right now? How many people hit their shins on them metal
oh,
pedals and
Oh
just
my
everything?
saying that
God,
I could
forget
feel it.
about it. That shit
like,
be nuts.
I'm just trying to say, when we was young, we invent stuff to do. We didn't
Word.
have the stuff that they had and everything. We went out and just like Park Hill back in the days before Celebration, it was a pond back there. So we used to make our own raft and go on the pond and act like we in the ocean or something.
Oh,
Like
that's dope.
we was
We used
adventure.
our imagination. That's what the hell we did.
Exactly. These kids, these kids is fucked up. Like these kids are fucked up. That's all I can say. They
He said
fucked
they
up. They
fucked
can't.
up.
They can't do
Well,
jack.
hopefully the newer generations. I feel like because we're now in the age of Aquarius, I feel like that energy shift is gonna affect how the most newest generation, like kids that are being born right now. Let's see how they are in the next 10, 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
my
but
daughter's generation isn't so, maybe it's not so bad. I don't know.
nah.
The
How
kids
old?
born in the early
How
two
old?
thousands. My daughter was born in 2001.
Nah, nah,
So
nah, nah, nah. We got. I think all generations got good kids, but just like the corporation, I say
Hmm.
they
mm,
focus on the bad ones and
Yeah, that's
everything.
true.
Like they always just like the music is focused on drug dealing, gang. You know what I'm saying?
promiscuity,
Yeah, yeah, shit like that. So they put that in the spotlight.
tricking.
But but don't get me wrong. It's some kids in my school are brilliant. Like I got this one Spanish girl. She plays the guitar. Oh my goodness! And she's
That's
only in the eighth grade.
that's what's
Yo,
up.
she throw down on the guitar, and I always encourage her. I was like, "Yo, keep doing that." I said, "Do you like it?" She said, "I love doing it." I said,
Nah,
"Keep
listen,
doing that."
having adults encourage your
Yeah,
your passion is like
yeah,
the top tier when you're a kid. Like
yes, yeah,
like people, if you're out there and you're around any children and you see doing well, even the kids that you see that are doing something, try to
yeah,
speak life into these kids.
Real
exactly.
talk.
Like
Yeah.
speak life into them. Tell them that they're great. Tell them that they're powerful. Tell them that
Yeah,
don't say, "Oh, you can do and be anything." No, you
nah,
should be able to do what you want to do because you
do
love it. Like find what it is that
yes,
you love to do and do that. But more
That's it.
importantly, read more books and drink
yeah.
more clean water, which brings me
Yeah.
onto another topic that they did a study that found that 64% of the bottled water is tap water. And I've been
Mm-hmm.
saying this shit
Wow.
for years. Poland
Yeah.
Spring is tap water.
Yeah.
There, I said it.
Exactly.
Like
Allegedly. Allegedly.
allegedly. Nah, F that. It's on the list.
Nah,
But
fuck that. It
He
is.
says on the list.
nah,
He
yo,
said
they,
we
they
on the
really be
list.
selling tap water or
Yeah.
just filtered water.
But
And
okay. So tell me this: we drunk tap water all our life.
yeah.
So think about it.
And I know
Like.
there's something wrong with my ass and a lot of people my age now.
No, but if you drunk out of them parks,
Oh yeah, if you drunk out of the cement water
yeah,
fountains
like
with,
but
with the
but
with the little spigot.
yeah, but they said New York got the best water because it comes from the mountains and everything.
They say right now,
That's what they
what is
Yes.
say.
that in reference to? Because now, right, I have a water filter in my house, right, and
Hmm.
it's a big glass water filter, and it does it's what is it, carbon? I can't think of it right now. I'm having so many blank spots, it's terrible. But these filters last a while, and every few months around the ring of where the filters are, there's
Yeah.
rust from there's
Wow.
like this brown rust that's coming from the water. and
Uh-huh.
the water below, nothing is in it. It's crystal clear.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, like, yeah, the water is clean, but our
Yeah.
pipes are old as
Type
shit.
yeah, exactly.
Like
That
New
part.
York
That
piping.
part.
What?
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
just the stuff coming through the pipes. Like I even had the filter in my shower, and it's been getting stopped up faster. And I'm like, what the hell is
That's
wrong? Like,
crazy.
is it
Yeah.
that much crap coming through these pipes that it's clogging
Yeah.
up the filters faster? Like, this is crazy. Like, maybe the water is better. I really don't know because it's coming through these dirty ass pipes. So who
Yeah,
knows?
because when did New York pipes was put in? Like 1900s? Like most of them?
Well,
No,
like
we
19,
we
like
was all
19,
born in the
19,
1900s. On
like 1940s, 1930s and stuff. It's crazy though.
you mean in the early 1900s?
yeah, early, cause when I be looking at documentaries with New York water waves and pipes and all that, and when the steam bust, they be like, yeah, this pipe was put down in 1920. I'm like, huh? I'm like, what the hell? They
Yeah,
got that pipe still down there. But
Kirk. You know
also,
when we got the pipes?
When we got the pipes around
yeah,
1920, 1930.
okay, so
Damn,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
so
got
yeah,
them
and it
yeah,
old
was
ass
lead,
pipes.
but the problem is a lot
it's
of it's
lead.
lead. That's the
Yeah,
reason why they. That's the reason why they came up with throwing chemicals in it. It wasn't intended to kill people initially. It was just to alleviate some of
the
the
lead.
dangerous metals and stuff.
Yeah,
And chloride actually does a good job, but it's also bad for your body. So it's like a
yeah,
hit or miss. It's like a hit
yeah.
hit. It does good and it does bad. So it's like they can replace it with other things, but you know how these people are. It's all about capitalists, like make money. So
Making more money
making
off
more
of
money.
killing
But
So
people.
Wendy, I
I'm
want to
making
talk
money
about
on
I
it.
want to talk about that K2 planet.
K
Yes. Oh
two.
my God.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, I
God. I'm
want to
so
talk about that.
excited. So they found this planet. It's 124 light years away. You ain't know I knew about it, did you? Did you know?
Ah
Yeah, I'm already on it.
shit.
I'm on my
Showing
science. I
science.
love science. Listen, science, astrology, astronomy, anything to do, even the water. We can talk about the aliens in the water too. But so this planet is 124 light years away,
hmm
and they have found that they had 99.7% sure that there's
Yeah,
life on this planet
yeah,
based off of, so they send these signals towards the planet, and it throws it back.
yeah,
So because it's high in a certain, actually one of the signals wasn't there, and that specific signal is saying that there is a certain what is it called, like and not an element, but
I know.
something about being in the signature of the atmosphere that
Yeah,
that proves that there's life, because it's created from
peace,
the
peace.
algae in the
Peace,
water.
brother. Yes, sir.
We said, hey, we east side crippin'. What
LBC
up?
rolling 20s.
But yeah, they found that
Peace to the Crip family.
Real talk. Peace to them.
Yeah.
only if they're doing good things, good things, good things. But anyway, um, but nah, the planet has been shown to have life. Now, it's a water planet, so like there has to be life in the water. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. But
you are
my
not
thing,
alone.
but look, my thing with that, they been knew about this a long time ago.
Of course.
And
Hell yeah.
I'm just saying my opinion is that we getting ready to see a real live alien in our
Oh,
lifetime.
absolutely,
So they
hundred
trying to
percent.
they
Let's get it.
just trying to get us ready. Okay, let's get them ready because when
Yeah,
these
they're
motherfuckers
they're
pop up,
slowly inching it in
yeah,
because it's
yeah,
about to go down. Listen,
yeah,
Down.
people,
yeah.
Let's get it.
the government has known about extraterrestrials since the 40s, but
Mhm.
extraterrestrials have been a part of society for
Thousands
thousands of
yeah, yeah.
years,
I believe
hundreds
that.
of thousands of years. You know what I mean? Like there's so many recorded uh I want to say hieroglyphs necessarily, but old drawings in different cultures that they found all around the world that prove that they've been here. Even Machu Picchu. Like if you look at Machu Picchu from the sky, and you see these images on the ground, it's like who else could see that but something that's flying up above?
Yeah,
You know what I
that's a
mean? And we didn't have, did we have planes back then, or we was doing spaceships? There's even landing strips over there, but People looking at Machu Picchu is very interesting.
Machu
Also,
Picchu.
aliens are black people.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
shit.
So get ready.
Humans are alien to this planet. That's why we have so much trouble. Well, once we got thrown out of nature and disconnected from nature, that's
Uh-huh.
when things started going south. And there's only one type of race on this planet that is always at war with nature. And I'll let Red say it, but they're
The-
from the Caucasus of the Caucasus Mountains,
yeah,
and
clear peoples. Get
no,
it right.
but
Yo, no, but look, but the crazy part, I just want to touch on that for a minute. After that clip went crazy, you know, a lot of people been saying that now. They called clear people now. And I sit there and be
you
laughing now,
starting it up.
They be like, yeah, that's something different. But it is what it is and everything. I'm not disrespecting white people or nothing, but y'all clear people to be, that's all.
The way you said that, you say,
I just say non-melanated, but
damn, that's
yeah.
rough too.
But no,
That's
it's
shit.
pretty
You got. I
interesting
guess
to
you got to
find
pick
out
and
about
choose.
this other planet, though. I'm happy about
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and I
But
I predict within the next 5 years we will have first contact. Like there will be some real shit happening that is. I'm looking forward to this happening and not having to pay rent.
Oh
Like
my
if
God.
y'all gonna come to the planet
How you
and show
correlate this?
yourselves, I don't want to pay rent. Like that's all I gotta say about that. Like,
Ah,
come
shit.
aliens, show us that you exist. Yes, that means we're not paying rent no more, right? Like, because we're the only species on this planet that pays to live on it.
yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
and, and plus die. We
Yeah,
got to pay to live
and you
and
gotta
pay
pay
to
to
die.
die. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
when the aliens come, that's kind of like how Wizard of Oz when they draw the curtain back and now you see the whole truth of everything of our entire history. They give us all of the information and like some telepathic download, and now we just know everything, and we're like, oh, we ain't paying no rent no more. You know, like,
Oh, but
But
like what
fuck
but
out
happened
of
to
here.
capitalism?
but will that bring us together?
I think if
We
we
gonna
learn to
find.
do
We always
fair
gonna
like
find something to
trading
fight
like we
about.
used to,
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gonna find.
bartering.
We always gonna find something to fight about. Cause let's say we come together for that. The minute that situation get under control, we'll be back fighting each other and doing what we're
Nah,
doing best.
nah. I think if
I
we know the total history of our planet and who and what we are and our relation to each other and nature, I think that should change a lot. I think that something like that should bring us more together. That should create more connection.
It
I think
should.
that's gonna show who the original people are.
Original Dundadas of this planet. Facts.
Original chicken from KFC, son. Nah. We went to
Well, I mean,
KFC.
listen, there's documented evidence out there. One of them is called the Emerald Tablets that talk about the history of the human race and how we came to be. That we were genetically engineered, mixed with the DNA of a certain species that came here that was mining for gold, called the Anu.
Oh, the
Well, we call
Anu.
them the
Okay.
Anunnaki, and they were the ones that was like, "Damn, this digging this gold is a lot harder than we thought. So let's take the most primitive looking hominid that's there and mix them up, and create this thing and make them work." And
That's
they did,
true. That's true.
and
That's
they
what it
even
seemed
put
like.
a
Yeah.
supposed this is what it says in Emerald Tablets,
Hmm.
that they put some type of something in the DNA to make them worship them. So now people have been engineered to worship outside themselves, unless if you become aware. That's what the whole story of Adam and Eve and eating of the apple is more about, just becoming aware of who and what we are, and now learning that you are the creator itself. Like, you can create too,
Yeah, I
versus
just got
being
one thing to say.
go for it.
That a lot of people ain't gonna like it. Black man's God.
Black woman is God.
Black man is God.
Black woman, because you came
Ah,
from a
look
woman.
at that. He's a black woman.
Black-
You're literally 98.6 genetic material made of your mother. So you are made of a woman. You actually started off as a woman. So if anything is God,
Rifle.
definitely be a woman. But ultimately, God is all that is,
That's
and
funny.
that's all that is.
You know what? I gotta get some people on here. Like I got
Now let's
no,
go for it.
no. Not even about that. I'm just talking about people, young people that's doing it right now. Like
Yeah.
really making a change. And
Absolutely. And if anybody's watching out there that knows people that know people, holla, hit us up so you can come on, be a guest, talk about what you're doing, spread
Hmm.
your awareness out to the community. You know what I mean? Like I know we have to definitely have more people on, and our schedules is interesting because we all working as sad adults that we wish we were still kids, you know, so
That's a fact.
you
That's
know,
a
it's
fact,
it's
though.
it can be challenging at times, but you know, definitely hit us up. Like I'd love to hear more about what people are doing, especially in the community. And real quick, just a shout out to Staten Island. They renamed Mahoney Park Sandy Brock
yeah,
playground.
salute. Yeah,
Oh,
Salute
Sandy
definitely
to
Brock
that.
Sandy Brock.
playground.
Gotta
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
keep them alive. Absolutely. So that's
I ain't
dope.
know that. I ain't know they. I ain't know they did that. That's what's up. That's a
Yeah,
good
they
Yeah,
thing.
had
Yeah.
today actually that they renamed Mahoney
and
Park
yeah.
Sandy
Wow.
Brock
Says Sandy Brock.
playground.
I got a story about Sandy, bro. I used to live in 131, right? And his family used to stay out in the front. So I used to always mess with him because he used to always had the ball out in the front playing and stuff. So he always kept the ball, basketball with him and everything, even when he was younger and everything. But it was a tragedy when he got killed
Yeah,
and
that was
everything
crazy.
because he was definitely heading to the NBA. He was definitely heading because he had mad talent and
Mm.
everything. So, salute to Sandy Brock and the family. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Peace to them, man.
we need
Yep,
more
just
Sandy Brocks coming
yeah.
from New Brighton. We need more Sandy Brocks coming from New Brighton. Put them guns down. Put that, you know what I'm saying, all that other crazy stuff down. And you know what I'm saying? Do what you do.
You
Yeah.
know,
What's say?
would
Wait. Say.
benefit more from too in the black community. Martial arts classes, like
Teach
get your
discipline of
kids in
fighting. Yeah.
karate and jujitsu, and you know these type of things teach discipline. And
Mm,
they found that children that go through some type of martial arts training
yeah.
have more discipline. They usually wind up having more discipline with their emotions and how they deal with other people, because it's like when you're trained to hurt somebody, you're less likely to want to do it.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Just
true.
like
Yep.
Yeah, just like when we used to look at the karate from 3 to 5 on Saturdays, that disciplined us because we understood what they was going through and
Hmm.
everything. If you look at Five Deadly Venoms and
That was
Shaolin
my shit.
and,
Five Deadly Venom's back
and
in the
all of them,
days.
it
Yeah.
it it basically teach you a lesson on how you can grow up. You know what I'm saying? Grow up in life and
Hmm.
everything. So that's
Yeah,
why I think a lot of people was tuned in to the karate flicks back
That was
then.
my joint. Remember the toad? The toad.
The
All
toe,
of, but
yeah,
the guy learned everybody's move. The one that they used to
yeah.
slap around. He learned
yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's
man.
move, and he was
yeah,
unstoppable.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but 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 that's a life and lesson. He learned. He learned to adapt everybody else's stuff, and that's growing up in the 80s and the 90s. You had to adapt quickly and everything. We didn't have so much phones and computers and stuff, but you really had to adapt to make it in
hmm
Yeah.
anywhere in the
I like
80s.
martial arts though for sure. I was in
Yeah,
jujitsu when I was a kid too. Like and I still
Jiu-jitsu.
remember it, and it creates neural pathways in your brain, like becomes muscle memory. You know, it's like once you learn how to do it, kind of don't lose it. You know what I mean? It's there,
yeah,
and teaching how to defend yourself and knowledge, and you know, just absorbing more knowledge. These are things people can never take away from you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Nobody can take that away from you, especially
yeah.
knowledge.
Nah,
I
you
be
You know,
doing
definitely
yoga
got to.
now. I be doing yoga.
Oh,
Yoga is
yoga?
yoga's
good.
awesome.
Oh
You be
yeah,
getting
yeah.
your warrior one, warrior two on,
Yeah, man.
three
Listen,
toes.
listen. All that, all like I tell people this, that right there. When I seen Russell Simmons do it, I was like, "What the fuck he doing?" And,
Hmm.
but doing it,
Yoga's
it's,
hours.
it relaxes you. It,
Absolutely.
it,
But yoga is
it,
hours. Like that started with black people.
Yeah,
and then the
yeah,
Everything
yeah.
Indians.
started with us, but everybody like to exploit us and take credit because we don't put safety nets around what we create, which
Well,
is
I mean, those
bad.
are just the culture vultures, but we also don't recognize that that was ours. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
people
Like
see
country
yoga and
rock,
they're like, "Oh, that's some white people shit." No, it's not.
No, nah,
No,
no.
it's
perfect
not.
example. Country rock is one of the big ones. Like everybody's under the wrong assumption. Oh, I don't care about no country rock. Blah 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 blah. No, that's you, bro. What are you
Just
talking
like,
Listen,
about?
there's a lot of
just
things that's ours we don't know, like the Statue of
yeah,
Liberty.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
a woman. That's a black woman.
Statue of Liberty is
And
ours. That was
France and
commissioned
yeah.
to the United States to celebrate the ending of slavery. Has
yeah,
nothing
Hmm.
to do with immigrants. Like
And
she's
plus,
ours.
that's
it
true. Yeah,
it was from a different country at that
Yeah,
that
and
understood
if
it.
people want to know, the chains are at her feet. There's
Yeah,
broken chains at her feet right
yeah.
now. She's
Shackles, yeah.
ours. She's
Shackles
always
on
been
my feet.
ours. So understand that. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Just
Like
like
education.
the Louis Vuitton, that's ours too.
Oh, all of
Like
it.
Yeah,
that
Gucci,
started in
Louis
Africa.
Vuitton,
Yeah, all that.
Fendi, all those symbols come from African art and I was about to say pastries, upholstery. But
Somebody
yeah, all
hungry.
that's ours.
Yeah.
And another thing too, just the way our arts and sciences are even taught. Like, I was watching something the other day because I'm trying to brush up on my math, and I find that the Chinese way of doing math and the American way of doing math, I prefer the Chinese way of doing it because they show you such an easier way to do it. That's why they're so smart at it because they do it
Mhm.
in a different and a more efficient way.
Exactly. Yeah.
that's
I
because
mean,
it's no. You don't get. You don't. As America, they don't want you to be too intelligent. They want
Yep.
you to be a worker. They only give you enough education just so you could be a loyal worker. And people will be excited when they get all their accolades and then go get a job working for a person that don't have not one of your degrees, but they got capital.
word.
So the mindset is that all right, I don't need to have these skill sets. I can hire him for that. I can hire her for that because I got the capital. I got the money. So I don't need these skills. And that's what they do. That's what rich people do. They hire all the people. So
Yep.
we
Mm.
go to school just to be loyal workers. Cause think about it. How often do you hear somebody get their master's degree and become a millionaire? Even
You
in
know what's
business,
sad right now?
zero, probably
Millennials,
one.
millennials, I think it's
Yeah,
millennials and Gen Z, right? They're the highest educated and
yeah,
the most in debt.
yeah. Because
How?
education changed. It changed when we was going to school. Like when we was going to get college education, you actually got good paying jobs. You actually became innovative. Things was just different. Now, getting a college degree is so competitive. Why? Because everybody got a goddamn degree.
Mm-hmm. And
Having
Yeah.
a
now
have
everybody got
like
that student loan debt that they just need to
facts.
forgive, let it all go.
Ev-
Leave us the hell alone.
Think about it. And you're right. You're 100% right. And the crazy thing about it is like we all get our masters or get our bachelors. Bachelors used to be something popping. Like you got your bachelors. Oh, so
Like,
you got
word,
four
you got your
years?
bachelor's to go. Oh
Now that shit's
shoot.
like
Now
a
it's
high
like,
school
oh
diploma.
damn, man. You owe
And
money.
now if you got a master's, it's very competitive when it comes to the job market. They trying to give you $22 an hour with a master's degree.
Yeah,
Talk
man.
about you should be
Listen,
happy.
I'll even go this far. If they truly want to stimulate the economy, truly
Yeah.
cancel all student loans. I'm
They ain't
serious.
doing that.
If they canceled all student loans, all that excess money that people were spending on student loans is gonna go
Yeah.
what? Into goods and services.
Yeah, because we're gonna spend our money. We consumers, so
We're gonna
so let
still
us.
spend the money,
Yeah,
but if they
But
truly want to stimulate it,
we'll
I
stimulate the
think
economy. Yeah,
I think a lot of people should go for trade school. Fuck
oh,
college.
100%. Actually, the
Yeah.
statistics came out now that we need over 140,000. We are in a deficit of over 140,000 tradesmen. Like we need more electricians, we
Yeah.
need more
Yeah.
plumbers, we
Exactly.
need more people in trades, carpenters, welders, all of these different trades. Like it's so competitive right now because there's
yeah,
not that many, and most of the people that have the businesses, they're older and they're retiring and they're selling their businesses.
Yeah.
yeah,
So if you're not right on the come up, or they're keeping it in the family, you know
yeah.
what I
That's
mean?
true.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could set your own prices at this point right now because the market is so competitive for license master, plumbers or licensed master piping contractors or master electricians. Like these are
Shit
the
is real.
skills that pay
That
the
pay the
bills,
bills.
as
Yeah,
Dr.
Omar
that's
Umar
Johnson.
puts it.
Yup, I love her. He said these are skills that pays the bills. Yo, the
and
way
and
he
and
said,
that's why the Mexicans got that on lock right now. They
Yep,
do
and,
everything,
and let me tell you something.
everything,
Let me
everything,
tell you
Poppy.
something.
Me fix everything, Poppy.
everything.
Did y'all see what I posted up on Facebook and it had people rolling laughing and shit? Let me just show you guys because y'all gonna be like, what the heck? This had me crying. I'm gonna show y'all
Oh
real
wait,
quick.
that well, listen, they over here trying to implement child labor now, letting
I
kids
agree.
work
I
until
see
9 p.m.
why.
because they got rid of all of the people that were doing these jobs that some people wouldn't want to do.
Do you see
They're
that,
high. Oh, I
Nikki?
seen.
Do you see that?
$11 per hour, 9 to 10 hours
nine
a
to
day.
ten hours
They
a day,
fucking crazy.
7 days
7 days
a
a
week.
week? Like what the
Nah, I don't
fudge?
believe that that's real. That can't be real.
I mean, I don't think. But remember, minimum wage, federal minimum wage is still 7.25 an hour, seven something an hour.
Yeah, it is.
So we in northern states where we get paid more, and it still is a matter of
I mean,
survival
listen,
because
not for nothing. If there are homeless people out there that don't have no money and don't have no job, that would be good for them to be doing.
Hmm.
yes, but the whole thing is even with I guess making that amount, they could still qualify for food stamps
Yeah.
They
until
can
until
they'll
yeah
have something in their pocket and they won't be on the street because they'll be at work for 9 to 10 hours a day.
yeah
Mhm.
that's
Like
That's
you
a
don't
half a
see them out
day.
on the street doing crazy shit.
Uh,
yeah
That's
that's
a
not
half a
good.
day.
That's crazy though. Like, and I
Nah,
was looking
that
at
is
it
a
like,
long ass day, but it's an idea for them people out there that don't got nothing else better to do with themselves but to bother other people. I feel
that.
like
Mhm.
if you can stand somewhere on a street corner and beg for money for 9, 10 hours a day, you can go pick some berries.
But check
Yeah.
this out. You know it's even crazy right now with all these countries that's rebelling against Trump. You got Canada talking about now y'all gonna have to fill out papers even coming to our country, and Mexico say yo y'all needed to fill out some immigration forms to come here.
Yeah.
They not playing with us. You know what I'm saying? Because and then Japan was like, we're
Oh,
not gonna
China
give
is my
in.
favorite right now.
Japan
Like,
like we're not.
yo,
No, but Japan too. They're like we're not giving it to America because
Mhm.
how it works is if we give it to him one time, we're gonna have to give it to him again. Because
Yeah.
bullies, if he's able to get it from us the first time, what's gonna stop him from coming back?
facts.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
China's president, he's a
Xi
Gemini
Jinping.
like Trump
That's
is.
my
His
dude, Xi
birthday is the
Jinping.
day after Trump,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
he's on some do whatever you want. We don't care. We've been around for
Mhm.
over 5,000 years. He said America wasn't even there most of the time.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. Yeah.
but you know,
That's a
you know,
Same
fact.
as the shit, cause Vance over here calling people, the Chinese people
peasants.
peasants, being disrespectful, and the president was like, "Yeah, we're descended from peasants. You can say that all you want, and we're proud of it. But we're now the leaders in technology right now, so talk
Yeah.
about that." You know what I
No,
mean? Like,
but
it's just, uneducated people are so annoying. You know,
Clear people.
but even worse than this, the worst part about it is when people say, yeah, these American made products, they're American made products made in China.
yo, the
Yeah.
MAGA hats are
We
made
don't
in
make
China,
shit
bro.
here. We
Nothing.
say it's American product, American brand. This is American this,
I wonder.
American that, and
I'm
I'm
not gonna take my
American.
hat off. I
But
want
your
to see
shit,
where my hat was made.
look at the tag, shit, made in China. Oh, you like it? Oh, this
Yeah.
American base, this American base
Uh-huh.
company. But your products, that's why China don't need shit from us because they make all our goods. They make
Yeah.
everything. Guess what?
Everything.
They said they're gonna copy everything. I said this in the last video, but I find it
Yo,
amusing.
yeah, that's
They're gonna
crazy.
copy everything we make instead of just
Hmm.
bootlegging it. No, they're gonna make the exact same replica and sell it pennies on the dollar. I
Yeah.
said, "Oh my god, I gotta go to
No, they
China."
was already giving the scoop on a lot of the designer. Listen,
Mhm.
if anybody from China is listening, holla at your girl because I want a pair of Jordan
Word, man.
threes.
Send it. No, send
The
shipment.
retro threes.
No,
No,
no.
Got $50.
If you get a connection over there, I had
Holla.
people that had connections in China, and they was getting all of that for the pennies on the
Oh, and people
dollar.
like, oh, it's
yeah.
knockoffs. No, it's not
No,
because
it's
those are
not.
the
Nah.
same exact sneakers that they're
No,
selling over there, and
but
they
they
just
doing
mark
it.
it up.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing: the same
Yeah.
ones that make the knockoffs make the real ones. So yeah,
Yeah.
they make the knockoffs. Remember, they only make the knockoffs so it stays under the radar. But now China take the gloves off. Said fuck it, we're gonna make the exact
So
same
yeah, let me
shit.
get those retro
Same logo,
threes.
same everything. What y'all gonna
Let
do
me get a
about it?
couple ones.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's a fact.
Yo,
Like,
somebody need
Where
to
one
get this
pair of
man out of
purple and
there.
black purple ones, the leather. 'Cause I got the suede ones. I don't like them. I need the leather ones. Holla.
Yo, you know what I used to do with Timbs? I used to think I was the shit. Back in the days, I used to paint my Timbs, my suede ones, colors that didn't even come out, that never came out. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, yo, where you get those shits from? I was like, don't even
Don't
worry
worry
about it.
about that. Don't
I
worry
had a
about that.
shoemaker. A shoemaker used to dye it for me or whatever color I want. Do do do. And I'm walking around with it. Yo, man, no, that shit is hard, son. Where I can get it from? I don't know, son. I don't know. Yo, you a hater, God. You don't tell nobody else you a hater. I'm like, I don't know, son.
Oh man, listen. Remember back in the day, like Columbia suits.
Oh,
Um,
I had mad of them.
what
Oh
what else was there? Well, I remember when Hirachis
Helly,
first came out. I don't like Hirachis, but
Helly
Ku
Hansen suits.
Coogee, huh?
man.
Helly, Helly
Helly
Hansen
Pelly.
suits.
Oh, Helly Hansen. Yeah, Helly
Heaven
Hansen.
and
Yeah.
Hell suits. Heaven and Hell suits.
Oh,
Y'all remember the Heaven and Hell suits?
damn. That's a. I don't
No,
know. I never heard that one.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that one.
Yeah. Heaven and Hell suit. That's some Wu Tang shit.
What about Damage and Use? Remember that shit? Damage and Use. And remember Vasco's?
I remember
Vasco.
Bosco's,
Remember
rock
Coca?
those Bosco's.
My mom's got the game wrong because one time I said, Mom, I need some Coconans. So she go to the store. They had a pair of Coconans, she told me, right next to the Vasco's. She said, but the Vasco's is much cheaper. So she thought she was doing something. When I wanted one pair of Coconans black, she got me two different colors of Vasco's. I said,
Ah,
Mom, and then one time I remember I wanted a Jansport, right? She went to the Chinese. They had Jansports and they had Sport Pal. So my mom didn't think no, she ain't a name brand whore. She don't know nothing about that shit.
Sport Pal.
So she went and got
Nah,
me a Sport Pal. So I said, all right, they look like Jansport. I'm gonna rock it to
the
school.
original Jan
Man, I had
Sports,
it.
the strings
Yeah.
had another string inside of the string.
Yeah.
And we used to go around taking people's strings, and then the whole thing was to have mad strings on your shit. Like this is what I'm saying. We didn't have phones. You know what I mean? Like we
What?
over here trying to open up strings and shit. And then we was making strings with you remember those what was
Nah.
those called? The different color, and you'd make the little snakes and
Yeah,
for your
I need some.
keychains and shit.
Yo, remember the check cashing store on Bay Street where they used to sell
Oh, they
the
had
shirts?
everything.
And yo, I ain't gonna front, I ain't gonna hold you, man, cause I was a bully. I beat nigga up in school, so they ain't really mess with me too much. But I used to wear some of those shirts, even though the tag says Fruit of Balloons. But you know what I'm saying? Even though that shit said Tommy Hilfiger, they
Oh
be like, yo,
well.
that shirt hard. I never seen your, and you always got the slick ones, but like, yo, I never seen that shirt in Tommy Hilfiger store. I'm like, yo, shut up, nigga. But we used to have a gear check. We had gear check day where the cat walking around like gear check, cover your neck. You
Oh
better cover your neck and
man.
shit fake. I'm like, yo, get knocked out.
Listen, I remember when I
Get knocked
finally
out.
got ahead the curve. I remember I finally got ahead of the curve because my mother used to buy me Payless, so they used to get
Oh,
on
me
me.
too.
And then my friends I thought they were my friends. They was like, oh no, you got to get these. So one time my dad gave me some bread. And these feelers just came out. They was these black, white, and
Oh,
green feelers because this is when
yeah.
feelers was popular.
Yeah, I
So
love
I
my
got the
felines.
feelers, and the next day I wore them to school. I purposely put my foot out just a little bit more in the aisle so that they could see it. And everybody was like, "Oh!" And then there was this girl that was always in competition with me for some strange reason. She came the next day and had them. So
Wow.
that shit
what
was
yo?
hilarious.
What the fuck was wrong with us? Cause you remember the click clackers? Why you had to get matching outfit with the click
Oh,
clackers,
and
the
the
different
slap
colors of click clack?
bracelets. Oh my
No, the
god, I
click
love
clack.
them
Oh, the
slap
slap bracelets
bracelets.
too. The click, yeah.
Oh, the click clackers was the shit.
Clack, 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 clack. You going around, clack, 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 clack. And you have an outfit matching. You got a red outfit with a red click clackers, or red and
Oh,
blue with a
that's
red
I
and
think
blue
was that
outfit.
we was wearing the baby pacifiers too. They need to bring that back.
Yo, we had some mental illness, man, in the hood, man, because that shit was weird. But you know what? We didn't have electronics though. We
We
didn't
didn't
have all
no,
these
that's what I'm saying. Like we had to make it work. You
Yeah,
know what
we
I
Yeah.
was
mean? Like,
creative. We had
Right.
creativity in our
but it was
brains.
good times. Those was great times. Like I feel like watching TV and being on your tablet, it's just like you tune out to a degree. Like you
Yeah.
ain't
Yeah.
making no real memories. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like we could sit here with memories all day of just all types of shit we used to actually do. But
That's it.
I know we could keep going on as we usually do. So
Yeah.
I'm just, bring it back to the people out there. Please like, subscribe, share.
Yeah.
If you like the
Comment.
show, comment. Catch us on a repeat. We're gonna throw it up again on Sunday and Wednesdays. So you catch the repeat. And I hope you all love this information. Again, we are Awareness Academy 411.
411.
I'm your girl
Mm-hmm.
Wendy Zizzo here with Kirk the Jerk and Nappy Red. And
Luke.